I just went back and looked. It has been a little over 2 full months since our last moose grinding video. Now, we have been grinding moose on stream every single week, sometimes even twice a week, but with everything going on, whether it was turkey season, prepping to go to Georgia back in April, or just every spare moment grinding on Reventuli to get those last couple of diamonds, we haven't done much off-camera grinding. But since getting our Reventuli diamond keys, the grind here on Layton has picked up a lot. I've probably gotten about 700 kills since last Friday, and we're starting to move along. So one thing that has become rather apparent to me is the southeast of Layton is our basically core location. The vast majority of the moose and the even vaster majority of the moose that we're actually grinding are down here, and it has been kind of encouraging. We've been seeing more and more big fours, so hopefully that's a sign of some level of progress, and maybe today as we continue to chip away at kills, we can finally see that level 10 show up. But a very solid start here with a 237 scoring bull, managed to hard shot him at 184 meters, and much like what I was saying in basically the intro to every one of those Reventuli videos, every single kill counts here. Even if we don't get the great one before Emerald Coast, just getting this grind as far as we can so that when we return to it, we'll be able to pick up where we left off and hopefully be able to get a great one before too long. I think that's going to be important, and you just never know. It could literally be the next kill. I wouldn't say it's a shock, but unfortunately our next kill is not going to be the great one. But I'm actually recording this particular hunt in the lead up to what I expect to be a pretty lengthy stream. So recording this Wednesday morning, depending on when we're done recording this video and when the stream starts, I'm planning on doing like a 6 to 8 hour grinding stream just for moose and kind of see what we end up getting. So there is a chance that any potential highlights from that stream kind of get stitched onto this video at some point, and maybe if we don't end up with a great one in the run or two before that stream, the hours we're going to put in are going to help. So I'm looking forward to that. That's one of the reasons I actually wanted to do this particular video today. I would like to think with that many hours of grinding we'll have a highlight or two to include. We have definitely done longer stretches of grinding than that and got nothing, but like I said, we've been seeing a lot of fours, we've been seeing a lot of good stuff. Actually, we shot a melanistic moose in Monday's stream, a melanistic gold in fact, so that was pretty cool. Layton has heated up lately. We've been seeing some more rares, we've had some diamonds. Hopefully that continues. But even without spotting that one, that's definitely going to be a max estimate and another gold. I think that's got the same rack as a lot of the Mocha Moose from Te Awaroa, kind of an uneven, barely max estimate bull, but we'll try to get that hard shot as well. That's a little bit of a tougher angle, and we've got a level 3 over there, but he is out of range to hear that even if we would take 2 shots, and this guy is making a slightly better angle, so he's going to dive in the water. I don't want to go too far then, but also, one thing that I feel I have learned is it's not worth it going for long shots on moose. It's just better to get into at least 200 meters and make a good hard shot. The amount of time we've wasted tracking moose that we've shot from like 300 meters away when we could have gotten closer and just made a good shot, it has definitely cost us, and I just think going to something like this and making that hard shot when he's standing there, although he did just kind of change the angle, is a better choice. So let's instead try to jump in here and get this guy. I think we'll be able to reach it, even though we're probably going to drown. Actually, might not be able to get him. That could have been a little more efficient, but at least we were able to get him without having to go all the way back to where we shot him. And then this guy, because he's now broadside, will go all the way to 150. It makes very little difference anyway because we have to run up there to be able to claim him, so whether we go to 150 meters or 200 meters, if we have to run all the way there, we might as well get to where we can be confident in making a hard shot. And that's, again, I think something that in the early stages of the moose grind, we definitely were just doing wrong. Again though, a bit of a struggle to claim him. We had the thing come up, so if we just kind of jump back out here, that'll work. And I think that's going to be the last moose down here along the coast. So we'll head up to probably this area. I feel like we checked there earlier and there was nothing there, so maybe now later into the zones they'll be there. And indeed they are, though maybe not as impressive as the rest of the moose that we just saw. See if we can time this up right. That guy is alert, so it's not always best to shoot a different moose when you've got one that's alerted, because most likely the alert one's going to take off immediately. Now both of those we're going to need to track. We could do better than that, but they at least won't go too far. and it never hurts when they end up dropping pretty much side by side, so gonna be 2 silvers for sure. And the next kind of part of this run is something I've kind of warmed up to doing. I was rather resistant to doing it at first, but it's basically not using any tents and just running up through this area. All these drink zones are kind of potential moose locations, and for the most part, they're either cows or spots that aren't used anymore, but every now and then they kind of show up in these different spots, and I just feel placing tents when you don't know where the bulls are going to be, a lot of times it ends up wasting more time than it's safe. So we're just going to run through it. It's only 700 meters. If we end up finding a couple of bonus bulls, I think it helps. And it's literally like spots like this almost all the time. This is nothing but cows, but today there's a bull right there. So if we go ahead and alert him with the 22, and then hopefully do better than we just did shooting the last couple, I guess we got the hard shot. That was a little bit weird. He was starting to warning call. That's a spot where usually we don't get them, but if we had a tent actually where we used to have one right out here, we'd spawn too close and we'd never see them. So is it the most efficient thing to do for grinding? Definitely not. Does it get us more kills per run? I think it does, at least the way that I tend to grind. Usually I don't do as much fast traveling and jumping around as maybe I could, but I do like to try to cover as much of the map as we can, and for that style of grinding, this kind of thing works. Now these I kind of expected to be there because last time I went through, I thought I spooked a bunch of moose and I just kind of saw them going up through the trees. So taking our time going through this time, there were at least 2 4s there, maybe some others. And definitely, again, a spot that usually we would have ignored. This can get us 2, maybe 3 extra kills if there is an additional bull. Looks like just the 2. And the only problem I see is, the way they're standing, this might be tough. Is there any way to get like a heart shot on that guy? We could get a single lung. So we're going to try that. That should be enough on the second one. We need to spot the first one and see what actually went down there. That said, it is the second one that's not going down. We may have to get an additional shot on him. I don't know where that hit. I don't even see the first one, so I'm guessing he dropped, but that's gonna work. I didn't mean literally drop, though. Did we hit him in, like, the neck? I don't know what else would have made him, you know, insta-drop like that. Oh, what? I guess there was a way to make a hard shot, just if we didn't try to. And our follow-up shot on this guy really saved us. First shot was way too far forward. Second shot, lung, liver, and stomach brought him down good and quick. And we still have 30 minutes of drink time. Let's just quickly peer across here. There was another bull. Honestly, I mean, we can try to get him in the back of the head, but if he doesn't drop, we'll just leave him. He stood still for just a second. Was worth a try. But we'll get him on a future run and head up north. And I know it's been a while since we've done a grinding video, but if you've kind of kept up with the moose grind, I think even just from this video, it will be clear. We're seeing a lot more big moose, like just a lot of level 4s, even if they're not max estimate, let alone the fact that we actually have seen quite a few 545 to 620 kilo moose. Now, I don't know where he is headed. Finally stopped. That guy's gonna turn. That shot was a touchback, but actually is, I think, better because it was a liver lung kind of thing. Our level 4, we definitely hard shot because he went nowhere. Lung and heart, in fact. And then this one, like I said, because we, albeit accidentally, aimed a little bit too far back, we got some additional organs and he literally didn't go anywhere either. Oh, double lung and liver? That might be the rarest thing we do all day. It's almost impossible to hit double lung on a moose these days, but that time it happened. And this particular lake is kind of one of the most important ones for the entire run. Not only because it's got some of the most amount of moose, which I think I see at least 4 bulls there, and that can be a struggle, but because if we do shoot pretty decently, we're able to get through this spot quickly and move to the rest with a lot of kills. If we don't, or if the moose kind of run in a less than ideal direction, we can spend a lot of time tracking, so picking the right ones is rather important. What I want is this guy to get out of the way, which that will work, and if we can hit 3 of them, we will. I think we have. One final shot. That was way too far back. So what we're going to do with this one is probably just try to hit it as many times running through the brush as we can. The problem is, I don't know that we can get it spotted. If we got to leave that one, we will. And I think that's going to be best. Would have been nice if we could have gotten that shot, but I think we should have still gotten 3. or it would have been 3, if not for the fact that I think our second shot actually ended up clipping a cow. You can see the track right here, no organs hit on a cow moose, so ended up only being 2. That could have been way better, and that's kind of why this spot, I think, is maybe the most important on the entire run. Definitely lost out on 2 kills there, and not every run is like this, but we're approaching 15 kills on a singular run, which maybe doesn't sound that impressive, but remember, because moose get into their zones so late, these are 30-minute runs, so that is, if we could keep up that rate, right about 30 an hour, I can absolutely live with that. That's better than we did with black bears, probably around what we did with red deer, maybe a little bit below, and definitely better than what we did with whitetail way back in 2020. And given the fact that they are just tanks, you don't see as many of them definitely as like red deer, it's not a bad number, 1 every 2 minutes. And even with the 2 kind of whiffs there, we can end this run at exactly 15 bull moose kills with a little bit of decent shooting there. Now the nice thing with this spot, it's almost the inverse of where we just were. It's almost impossible to actually mess this up the way that we have it set up because they always run the same way. So if one of these shots was subpar, and actually one was, we can just get the follow-up as we fast travel back here. That's going to be a vital hit, and that's going to be our 15th bull moose. Definitely not bad. I want to leave some room for highlights in this video, so that will be the end of this particular run, but pretty solid. And actually, one thing that we will kind of add in here as we wrap up, I mentioned that I've been able to actually start moose grinding again kind of off camera in the last almost week or so, and despite the fact that most of the cool kills have been on stream between a bunch of different rares and stuff, we have had one little trophy kill from our off-camera grinding time. He's no great one, but it is nice to just see a level 5 that's actually going to make diamond. 275 as a minimum estimate does guarantee it. Diamond, ironically enough, is 274.99, so he absolutely cannot troll, and we're going to try to get into a spot where we can get both of these. If we maybe line this up when he lifts his head. I really hate the idea of trying to shoot the level 4 first, but he is just really not paying us any mind, so we're going to scoot in. That's at least got him moving. I mean, naturally, there couldn't be a worse spot. There is a way to get a hard shot there. No idea if we did, and I think we got the level 4. We did. There was a really slim chance that we'd catch that cow on the end of the nose. I don't know for certain that we got the 5. I guess we must have. In fact, he is laying right there, so that hard shot landed. There was very little room to get that in there, but at least we got him. He is a 278, so not a ton above the minimum estimate, but just really nice to see a diamond from this grind again. Partially, the reason we haven't seen too many in the last month or so is that we've been focused on Reventuli, but also, when we have moose grinded, it's been trolls and as of late actually a couple of rares, so that's good to see. And that was, I guess I should note, the second level 5 of that particular day of grinding. The first one trolled, that seems to be the case, almost 50% of moose troll. So, 1 troll, 1 diamond in that day, and hopefully, as the stream is upcoming here, we'll have more to add to this video. Oh, what are you? I think that's a 4 because I didn't see browse, but that's a big one. One of the videos that I intended to do was trying to catch Sidewinder. He's the legendary lake trout over on Golden Ridge Reserve, and I spent 4 hours fishing in the area he's supposedly spawning in, never got a bite. I think if he maybe spawns somewhere else, we could have a better time with it, and maybe we could stream trying to get him, because I do think it'll take a while. I give up trying to spot this guy. What is he? Oh, he what? Oh, what the? I honestly thought it was going to be a troll, if anything. Do we have a diamond of that rack? That's a good one. Like, why is that 289? This is the thing that always gets me with moose. Like, I don't get the palm length, I guess. Nice. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. Let's tax him. It's just, that's a 5. I can tell you right now, that is not a diamond. Was it trolled by 0.6? Oh no. Well, don't worry, I'm gonna get trolled too. We can coexist in our pain together. That is a funny rack. Maybe he's got a chance with that paddle, but I doubt it. Nope. 604 kilo. I really want this rack, like his left side, to mirror. I think that still makes diamonds. This isn't the 300 rack. It's very similar. But that's one we definitely don't have a diamond of. Whoa. That, I can tell, is a diamond. Unlike the level 5 troll, that's gonna make it. That's a wide diamond. Very nice. Oh no. Who needs extra rounds? So he's actually smaller than the other diamond we shot that I didn't even realize was a 5. Not bad though. At least this one we knew was a 5. So 3 5s today, although one has been sitting on Medved for months. Not necessarily a result of any recent grinding, but we will take that. So 6 full hours of grinding on stream, plus the 1 run we did for this video, and we get to add 3 new diamonds to our trophy lodge. And of course this one technically was from prior to any of that stuff, the one that we added on to the end of the video, but a 278 for him, and we're really starting to fill this grind lodge up. I don't know if we have any more spots for moose size plaques. There's a couple of things we can move around to make a bit more space, but this guy, 286 from Medved, and then this 289 that we couldn't spot through the brush. I really don't know if we have a diamond with this particular rack, but I would be willing to bet, even if we do, this one would be bigger than that. And then our Medved one, no doubt that's been sitting there since the Hunter Power Pack came out back in March, because we just haven't grinded on Medved much at all. But if you've been paying attention to some of the moose grinding streams, we have been going back and forth a little bit between Layton and Medved, and nice to get trophies from both maps on that particular stream. And who knows, hopefully the kills that we got during that stream and in this video today are going to help in getting a great one, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I suppose we shall see. On that note though, that's going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.